Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Vince Cartier. Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about how do you play smooth, lushful R&B chords. Now, there are many ways you can approach this. Now, the first way that I would like to approach it is that you want to have some type of progression that you're going to be going with. Okay, that's going to be the first step, because you're not just choosing random chords out of your head. I mean, if you're at that point, then yeah, but the best way to do it is listen to different songs, listen to especially R&B songs if that's the lane that you're trying to be in. Listen to R&B music, and then the second thing you want to do is try and figure out the progression. Listen to the progression or listen to the bass note of the song. Now, if you've been doing this a long time, you should be able to, if you create music, I mean, you should be able to listen to a song and tell what the progression is. And then once you have that, you can be able to find out what's the chord for each song. So let's say the progression of the song goes with the D in the bass, right? Then it goes to an A, then it goes to a G, and then it goes to an F. Right? So D, right? A, then G, then F. Okay? Now I know you guys can't see my piano, but I'm just going to put it up on the screen for you guys. Alright? So let me get the bigger one. Alright, so you're playing a D, right? Then A, then G, then F. Now, if it's an R&B song, you're not going to have you can have simple chords, but the feel that I'm going for is I think you should approach it with more so seventh chords, minor seventh chords, and things like that, depending on what the progression is. So the progression may be a D minor, right? D minor 7 over 9. Then it may be, a D sus, a D6 sus, suspended 4. Then you're going to go to a G minor 7. And then you're going to go to an F major 9, I believe. Right? Yeah. So you listen to the bass notes, try and figure out the progression. Dun, dun, dun. That's your bass note progression the whole way. And you just put the chords on top of it. D minor, right? D6 suspended 4th, G minor 7. Right, and then you're gonna have an F minor, F major 9, or F major 7. F major 7. I like to add color by adding the 9. All right, as you can see there on the screen. So, all right, so let's do that again. That's pretty much all it is. So you're just adding, you've listened to the progression. After you found out the progression, you put some chords on top of it. And the chords that you want to stick to are the major 7s, the minor 7s. All right, now how to build a major 7th chord, what you simply do is, it's going to be, if in a scale, right, let's take it from the very, very, very top of it. In a scale, you have eight intervals or 8 degrees, right? Let's look at C major. This is C major, right? So in this particular scale, you're going to have 8 degrees that makes up a complete octave. Look at the screen. C, D, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, in order to make a C major 7, what you need to do is you need to go to, first of all, build the C major chord. We know the C major chord is finger 1, finger 3, finger 5, right? And that's how it's always going to be in every key that you go to. If I was to go in the key of F, it would be 1, 3, 5. All right. Now, why I'm saying, well, as a keyboardist, you can play fingers 1, 3, and 5, but also in the scale is also pointing out the intervals to you. Let's go back to the key of C. We said the C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, G is 5, right? So finger 1, which is on the C, finger 3, which is the E, and finger 5, which is the G, right? Now, if we want to make it a 7th, what we need to do is we need to add the 7th degree, which is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that B will be the C major 7th, and this is what it sounds like. So it sounds very smooth, right? Very pretty. And how to make that even doper is, instead of playing the bass note or the root note, which is C, we can change that C to an A, right? To make it an A minor 7 over 9, right? And why that works is because A and C are like brothers and sisters, right? They call it in the theory role relatives, right? You have the relative major and the relative minor. And what you do to find the relative minor is, first off, you have to have a major key, right? So let's say C is the major key that we're in. And if you want to find the relative minor, you simply go up to the 6th degree of the scale, or you count down 3. So let's do it the first way. You go up 6 degrees. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the 6th degree, right? Or you can go down 3 starting from C. 1, 2, 3. And that's the relative minor. It's going to be the same thing in every key. If you were in the key of F, right, you would go up 6 degrees to find the relative minor. Try and figure it out before I start counting. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 seconds. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 6th degree would be D, or we can go back 3. All right, because it works out to be the same way. Because if he was to start on F would be considered either the 1 or the 8th degree, depending on where you're at. But in this particular position where I'm standing on right now, where my fingers press, it's going to be the 8th degree, because this F would now be considered the 1st degree. It's the same thing. It just depends on your perspective. So let's go back 3 from the 8th degree. So it's 8, 7, 6, right? And to make that major chord, it's 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. So you want to learn that, like learn major 7 chords, like major 7s, minor 7s, and things like that. Even dominant 7s can be cool sometimes, but you want to make sure the first thing is you have to have a progression in your mind. Listen to songs, listen to R&B songs, and try and break them down and figure out the progressions of the song. After you do that, just copy the progression down. Put the chords on top of the root notes that you have. All right, so we said, because the root note really doesn't, let me not say that. The root note does matter, but it all depends on the progression that you want. Yeah, that's the best way I can put it. Because the chords, any particular chord can work, but you have certain chords that just work better with R&B songs, you know, and those type of chords are major 7s, minor 7s, dominant 7s sometimes, but that also depends on what you want to put in there. All right, so yeah, so that's pretty much it. D minor 7, A over G, D6, then we have a G minor 7, then we have a F major 9. Right, now let's try and change it up. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but let's try and change it up. I'm feeling brand new now. I got a new mic. I feel like I can talk freely, so I hope you guys are just soaking up this information. But anyway, let's keep going. So let's say we want to change this D minor 7 into a D major 7, right? D major 7, 9. So you want to write these chords down, because once you know the basic formula of building the chord, you can pretty much apply that chord to any key, apply that formula to any key. All right, so a D major 7, 9, you have the root in your left hand, you have the 3rd in your right, the 5th, the 7th, and then the 9th. That is what makes it a D major 7, 9. So we're going to play the same bass notes, the D, the G, the A, the G, and then the F, but we're going to see what we can do with it. So instead of playing the D minor 7 over 9, right, we're going to play the D major 7, 9, right? Now, I'm not sure what the chord is going to be for the second chord, but let's just play it out. So, right. See, same bass note, different chords. Dun, dun, dun. Let's try a different one. That one was okay. It was alright. It didn't sound like, it didn't pop, right? Let's do, that one sounds good. Okay. That's another minor 7. And let's do, no, that one was this is why I like to go with a reference, because the thing is, you want to get to the point where you just have like progressions like built up inside of your head where you can just do anything, right? So I have progressions built up inside of my head, but now I'm trying to figure out like what chords fits best with the progression that I'm doing. And that also depends on the melody the person is singing, right? So let's work it out. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so we got 2, and then I guess what I want the melody to do. We can either do dominant 7, right? Let's try it. So, right. Now we may have to change this last bass note, guys. I'm just flowing with you guys. I'm just having fun right now. So D major 7 at 9, right? We may need to go to the C. Right. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. And why that works is because this 5, right? No, I don't even want to get into that because then it may confuse you a little bit. But anyway, I'm just going to explain it to you. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, just say if you didn't get it. And then we'll try to talk about it in another lesson. So we have D major 7, right? D major 7. Now keep in mind, we're in the key of D now, right? First we was in the key of F, right? But we made that F a D, F minor 9, right? A D minor 9, sorry. But we're in the key of D now, so all of our numbers are changed up. So this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the key we're in. So D major 7, right? At 9. Then we're going to the D6 over 11. And then instead of, we're going to the 4, right? Now, this 4 can also be the 5 in the key of C. Check it out. So in the key of C, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so because this is the 5 in this key, this is going to allow me to transition to the key of C. All right? That may be kind of confusing. Let me see if I can explain it better. All right, so we're in D, right? This is the 1. This is the, what's this? The 5, right? Now we're going to the 4. We're in the 4 of D, keep in mind. But because I have this chord in my right hand, which is the G dominant 7, this G dominant 7 can also be played in the key of C. So those two chords can work interchangeably in both keys, right? And this chord leads me back to the key of C, right? And that's why it works. But I could also use this chord to go somewhere else, because in the key of, which it depends on which key you want to go to though. So let's just say this chord is the 3 of F, right? Because we're in F, right? 1, 2, 3, and the 3 of F, I want this to take me to the B flat, which is the 4 in B flat, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let's try it. Dun, dun, dun. B flat. Dun, 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 dun. 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 C. We just all over the place now, guys. So D and dun, 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 dun. B flat. Dun, 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 dun. This is where we was at the first time. So that's a whole new progression, guys. Let's just vibe. Here we go. Let's get a drum loop going, y'all. Let's see if we can get a drum loop popping. Let's drum loop. I want a nice slow R&B drum groove. Alright, it's not gonna play here, so I just have to drop it. It's not playing because I have a weird setup going on, y'all. I'm recording through my H4n Pro, and I can't really listen to the playback because anyway, it's just confusing as hell. I'm still learning it. But okay, so we got a little drum loop, right? So let's just do what we did. Here we go. Right? We're going to the B flat. We're just holding it there. D. Right. D6. We're going to the B flat. Now we're going to add the whole new progression of everything we just did. Right? This is the whole thing. B flat again. Then G. Now we're going to the G minor. Now we're going to the F. Whole new vibe. And that's that G. And then we're going to the C. We just vibing, y'all. We just vibing, having fun. I messed up. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys learned something. I know this was like a scrap tutorial. I just really wanted to test out my new mic that I got maybe 2 days ago, and it took me maybe about I was here from 4 o'clock trying to get a setup because I'm running OBS and I'm using my Mac computer. I have my Apollo and I have the H4n. And what I usually used to do, I used to record all of my audio going through the interface, my universal Apollo, right? And I just got the mic and I hooked up my mic to the Apollo, and it worked. It worked kind of fine, but what was happening was because I was doing the screen recording along with the audio recording with the mic, it just caused my computer so much lag, and it was just driving me insane. So I had to find another way, and luckily I had my H4n Pro. Guys, believe me, I bought this audio recorder like maybe a whole year ago. I never used it because I bought it for a specific thing, but found it out that I didn't really need it that sort of way. But I used it here and there, just to sample some things, and then I just placed it down. But luckily I had it just on the side. Then I got my mic. Then I was scavenging YouTube trying to find out tutorials, how could I get my mic to work with the H4n Pro. And so luckily, behold, I got it working. But the thing now is what I have to try and, debunk is that I'm getting one lag on my piano. I played this literally maybe a millisecond ago, but it's just coming in kind of slow to me. It's not what I'm used to. When I play, I want to play and I want to feel what I play. I want to hear exactly what I play because I know what it should sound like. But it's giving me that slight delay that's kind of weird. And the next thing is that I'm not able to hear outside of my my sequencer. I tried to fidget with the settings. I'm sure there's a setting in OBS where I could you have to at least be able to monitor your sound like what you're recording. So I have to try and figure that out. I'm probably gonna try and hash it out tomorrow. So yeah. But anyway, guys, this is Vince Cartier. I'm just signing out. Remember, this is a video based on how to make your chord progression sound dope with things that you can do. And the first thing is you definitely want to listen to more R&B music. That's the only way, guys. You can't produce something that you're not familiar with. You have to immerse yourself with the music and actually listen and study it. Listen to the music. First thing, you want to write down those bass notes, load it up inside of your DAW, copy and paste, not copy and paste, but you want to be able to figure out the bass note progressions of the song, figure out the progression of the song. Secondly, after you would have figured out the progression, steal some chords. There's nothing wrong with stealing chords. People do it all the time. The only thing that changes is really the melody, because you can have any chord, you can have that melody, that chord, and it can be a whole nother melody to that same progression. So Yeah, so steal chords. People do it all the time. Download app. I believe it's an app called Chordify, where you can, just pretty much load up any song and just have the chords there for you for your disposal and just add sevenths to them. So if a chord is, let's say, a C major, right? What you want to do, make it a seventh, right? Or make it a ninth, or make it a, yeah, just do that. And the next thing is, we also talked about relative majors and minors. So in order to find the relative minor of a key, you simply go up 6 degrees from the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if we're in the key of C, or you go down 3 from the key of C, which is the 6th degree as well. You can go up 6 or come down 3 starting from C, and you can make that a minor ninth, I believe. A major, yeah, A minor 9 would be A minor 9 because the chord is based off of the root note, which is A, all right, and not C. So in real life, before the A, it would be a C major, right? But because you added the A, it always takes the shape of the lower note. So that is what makes it an A minor 7 over 9. And the ninth degree is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the ninth degree here? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, yeah, so the ninth degree would be the B. Because we're not looking at it, I was looking at it from the standpoint of C major, but we're not in the key of C major, we're in the key of A minor 9. Even though we're playing the C major chord, the computer is looking at it as from the standpoint as it's in the key of A. So do not get that confused. So you could be looking at it one way and the computer could be telling you another way, but it's only because of the root note that the chord is on. So the chord is always based off of the root note. And I'm going to explain that again. So you have C major, right? The progression that we were using was in D, but let's just say we were in the key of C, right? And then you wanted to make a A minor 9. You simply just add the A to it, and the B on top would be the ninth degree of the scale, because let's just play out the A major scale. I'm trying to simplify this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the ninth degree would be the B. And that is what makes it an A minor 7 over 9. All right. So that's pretty much it, guys. So I plan on doing these, I don't know, these top up, like these little tutorials. I don't really want to call it a tutorial. I would call it like a topical lesson, because this wasn't really structured at all. This was just me just coming on the computer and just signing on, just vibing with you guys for a little bit. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. This is Vince Cartier. Ouch. Peace.